Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Bazicki again. Excited to see you guys. I hope you are finding ways to pass the time. I hope you're doing something fun and productive. Do some reading. There's a lot of really good stuff out there. But I thought it'd be fun to do some chemistry stuff with you guys. So I am going to show you a couple of cool things. So here's what happened. Our favorite ice cream store is closed because of the pandemic. And so, since our kids love ice cream, we decided to order ice cream online. The only way to order that ice cream is to order it in a 3-gallon tub. So we did. And it came with a bunch of dry ice. And I thought, I did promise you guys that we were going to play with dry ice. And we never got to. So I thought this would be a good time to do that. So I have some dry ice here. It came in a big cooler, and we're gonna have some fun with it. So yay! So if you've never played with dry ice and you don't know what it is actually frozen carbon dioxide. So it's carbon dioxide is a solid. Now normally we know carbon dioxide, which is CO2, exists as a gas. I'm breathing it out right now for you, but you can actually solidify carbon dioxide, and it's super duper cold, and it's really good for keeping things cold. So when they ship me my ice cream, they put a bunch of dry ice in there. So I'll show you this in big chunks. All right, there it is. Whoa. Notice that I'm actually wearing gloves to hold it. So you can't actually hold it without gloves because it'll actually burn your hands. I can actually feel this through the gloves. It's really cold. So I'm kind of moving it around so I don't freeze my fingers. So this is a piece of dry ice. All right, so notice it looks like it's actually like hot. It looks like it's steaming. That's because it's actually subliming. So we talked about phase change, right? Solid to liquid and liquid to gas. But when you go directly from a solid to a gas, it's called sublimation. And the reason this is happening is because carbon dioxide is normally a gas at room temperature. So because the temperature change is so extreme, it actually goes right from a solid to a gas. And that's why it looks like this. It's very cool. This is used a lot in Halloween decorations or displays. So I'll show you in a sec. Cool, right? All right, so I'm going to grab a smaller piece because that piece is huge and it's not going to work as well. All right. So I'm going to take this piece, woohoo, yay, there's a smaller piece, and I'm going to put it in this container of water, right? This is actually what I used to make yogurt, so kind of fun. So I'm going to put the dry ice in here, and you're going to see what happens. So as you put it in the water, you can see, right, hear it bubbling. So it's actually boiling right now. I know that's weird to think about because we think of boiling as being hot. But when you're changing from, a liquid to a gas, you're actually like boiling. So the water itself isn't boiling, but the carbon dioxide kind of is. It's really cool. And you can see it like spilling out from over the container, right? If I move it, if I tip it, I can like pour the gas out, which is really cool. And what that is carbon dioxide, which is really neat. Again, if you've seen like special effects where they're like doing chemistry, or there's like a chemistry lab on TV, this is what they usually use for that. And I can stir it up, right? The gas comes out, it's fun. For a while they were selling like a dragon's breath, which is like a frozen treat made with this, but it's actually really dangerous to eat because it can actually freeze your mouth and you can get a burn. So if I touch this with my hands, actually I can get burned. That's why I'm wearing gloves. So important, right? Cool. All right, so we're going to do a couple of things with the dry ice. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some acid and base stuff. So this is a jar of cabbage juice because, why wouldn't I have this in my freezer for the last 3 years? We used to do a lab with this, and I don't really do it as much anymore because we don't cover acid and base. But this is a really cool thing to have because it's a natural, like, purple color. So I don't know if you can see it. It's a very, like, kind of bluish purple. Very cool, right? And all you do is boil red cabbage, and this is what you get. You can use it to dye things. You can use it as a food dye. It's a natural food dye. Really cool. So I'm actually going to take my gloves off so I can do that. I'm going to pour some in here. Now, the other cool thing about cabbage juice is that it's a natural acid-base indicator. So it turns pink in the presence of an acid and then green or blue in the presence of a base. So right now it's purple, which is neutral. Okay. And then when I pour in here, you'll see that there might be a color change, which is really cool. All right, so I'm going to pour some in. Okay. And there you can see. All right, look at that. Ooh, now it's even more beautiful, right? You can see it's still bubbling like crazy. All right, this piece is going to take a long time to dissolve in there. Kind of neat, right? So if you notice the color is becoming more pink, right, that indicates that there's an acid. Carbon dioxide is actually acidic. That's why, one of the reasons why, like things like sparkling waters, even though they're not really bad for you, they are a little bit acidic. There's some acid in there. It's not very acidic, but enough, right? You don't want to be like drinking only that. Acids can be damaging to things like your teeth, so you do want to be careful with stuff like that. But this is fun. It'll keep doing this. And actually, if you notice, it's starting to change even a little more pink. So as you keep leaving this in there and it becomes more acidic, it will change more pink. Cool, right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar. Now, vinegar is an acid. It's actually acetic acid. That's the chemical name for vinegar, right? And this is just stuff I have sitting in my house because why doesn't everybody have this in their house, right? All right. So I'm going to pour a little bit of vinegar in here. And then I'm going to hold it up so you can see it again. All right, so again, notice it's even more pink. More pink than it was before. It's getting very pink. Cool, right? So the more pink it gets, the more acidic that substance is. Very cool. So if you want to know something is an acid, a really simple way is to add a little bit of that cabbage juice. Now you can see the original color of the juice versus what happens when you add an acid. Cool, right? I know, it's so cool. I'm going to do this with my kids later. They're going to flip out. They're going to think it's the coolest thing ever. Okay, so now I'm going to add the opposite, a base. All right, so I'm going to do baking powder, all right, or baking soda. You can do either one. They actually will both work for this. So I'm going to pour some of this in there. And I don't even think I'm going to measure. I think I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to put some in. I'm going to tap it because it's going nuts here. Come on, buddy. All right. All right. Maybe I have to go get a spoon. But I'm going to shake it up and see if it actually works. Now, the issue is I probably need quite a bit of it because I put a lot of vinegar in there. All right. So you can see it's not quite changing yet. It's still pink, but you can see it turning a little bit more purple. All right. Now, the reason it's doing this is because you have more of a base now. So the more, you can hear it fizzing here. See it? Ooh. Right? See how it's turning more purple? Right? That's because you're becoming more basic. You're going back to kind of neutral. So neutral is kind of the ideal, right? Like especially in our bodies and things like that. We don't want to be super acidic or super basic. We want to be somewhere kind of, in the middle. Some parts are not like that. Our stomach has acid in it. We want our stomach to be acidic. Our intestines are a little more basic. So we do want some of that basicity and acidity, but most of our body is neutral. That's just the way it is. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually dump this out. Maybe I'll dump it. Let me pause this and I'll dump it out. You know what? I'll just get out of it out. I'm going to dump this out, and then I'm going to show you what happens when we add just the base and the indicator. Very cool. I'm going to get up. All right, so I put a little bit more water in there, okay, just so that you can see. So you can see it's pretty much water. It's a little cloudy. It comes out of my basement sink, so it's not going to be like the nicest water. It's a little cloudy in the beginning. It'll clear up in a minute. And then I'm going to add some of the baking powder. Shake it up a little. This is a little old, so bear with me, right? Hopefully that's enough. Add a little bit of my cabbage juice. See if I can get it to change very basic. All right, we're getting there. So again, see how deep blue purple that is now? All right, it's much more of a bluish purple color, and that's what we're looking for with a base. We want it to be a little more blue purple. Now, if I really wanted this to look basic, I would add something like bleach, which I don't think I have any. I can look and see real quick. But bleach would actually turn this more of like a green or a yellow color, and that would indicate an even stronger base. Kind of just want to like keep my, like, isn't that fantastic? You do want to be careful. You don't want to get like, you don't want to blow it in your face too much because, again, it can actually burn you. It's that cold. Touching this isn't so bad without gloves on, but if you hold on to it for a long period of time, it would actually burn you. So again, see, still blue, right? It's got a little more of a bluish purple color there. Let me see if I can find some bleach for us, and then I'll see if we can make this a little bit more basic even. Kind of exciting. Move this over. All right, so I'm trying this out because I don't know if this is actually going to work enough. Let's see if it worked. I don't think it's going to be strong enough. I've got some like really old bleach, but I think that my bleach is actually not going to be strong enough to do this. So again, kind of a cool thing to try at home, you guys, if you'd like to. Basically, you need some cabbage juice and then a bunch of just kind of random stuff around the house. You can test all different kinds of substances to see if they're acids or bases. They will turn kind of a pinkish red color if it's an acid. And if it's a base, it'll turn either blue or like a greenish yellow color. So have some fun with this, you guys. Something fun to do. And I hope you guys are doing great. And I know that I miss you a lot. And I cannot wait till I get to see you guys again. If you have an opportunity, please post a video of yourself or a comment or a picture sharing kind of how you're doing and what you're up to. I'd love to see. So, yay, have a great rest of the day, guys.